Hello guys, welcome back to Tactical Trafford, and today we want to talk about our first summer signing, which is Ederson from Atlanta. Manchester United has been able to wrap up the deal for a total package of £39 million. So as actually said on Tactical Trafford, I said that if Ederson becomes a player of Manchester United and it is being officially announced by Manchester United, I'm going to make a lot of videos concerning Ederson, because as we all know, we have made a video on how Ederson can be able to tactically fit Manchester United and Micheal Carrick's system. We have made a video about to talk about the strengths and the weaknesses of Ederson, and today we are definitely going to be talking about the best position of Ederson and what he's going to bring for Manchester United, because of course we have been able to get central midfielders all over the years and we have problems with their actual position. I remember when Manchester United got Mason Mount, it was an issue to identify his position. We didn't know if he was a number 8, a number 6 or a number 10. But in the case of Ederson, I think many journalists and many content creators has been misjudging his position and trying to say that he's a Casemiro replacement, he's going to be that, he's going to be this. So today on this video, I'm going to be clarifying his actual position and what he's going to bring for Manchester United in terms of how we want to set up next season. So guys, let's dive into this video together. But before we dive into this video, if you have not subscribed to Tactical Trafford, I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Tactical Trafford. Let's get this party started. So of course, like we always do on Tactical Trafford, before we talk about what a player brings for Manchester United, we need to talk about what he's going to bring in the first phase, in the second phase, and in the final phase. So before we go into that, let's actually identify the position of Ederson. What is the position of Ederson? And for me personally, I feel Ederson is a box-to-box midfielder. I know that he can be able to play the number 6 position as well, but naturally he's a box-to-box midfielder that can be able to play the number 6 position or the number 4, which is the defensive midfield position. So just to be clear, I feel that Ederson is going to be a backup to Kobbie Mainoo. I don't think Ederson is bought in Manchester United to be an automatic starter. Probably is going to fight for his place, and if he continues giving us endless week in week out good performances, of course he's going to be starting for Manchester United. So personally for me, he's a backup to Kobbie Mainoo, and it has been reported that Micheal Carrick still needs 2 midfielders when Casemiro and Ugarte leave. So of course we are getting 2 midfielders more, including Ederson, which means Manchester United are getting a total of 2 midfielders this summer. So in the Kobbie Mainoo position, which is the number 8 position, it has been settled. I mean, I've seen many people saying that Kobbie Mainoo doesn't play similarly to Ederson. He doesn't need to similarly play the same kind of football that Kobbie Mainoo plays, but they share the same position. So firstly, talking about the first phase, of course, we want to talk about how Ederson can be able to receive the ball with his back to go, how he can transform defense into attack. And personally for me, after making the 2 videos on Ederson, I've gone back to watch a lot of clips concerning Ederson, and I can tell you that he's going to be very, very safe in the first phase. Ederson is really, really good in the first phase. He's that player that can receive the ball with his back to go. He can turn defense into attack. He's a very relentless player, and he's not a player that actually really gives up, and he's a player that knows how to maximize and utilize his upper body properly. So in terms of receiving that ball with his back to go, in terms of trying to give those long passes that can be able to split defense from deep, he's a player that has a very good long passing range, and he also has a pass accuracy of 89% from last season. So in terms of passing from the back, in terms of passing that test, in terms of playing from the first phase, I think he can be able to play in the first phase. But I don't know if he's been applied a lot of pressure, if he can be able to be, still comfortable playing out from the back. But I know that he's somebody that is very, very calm on the ball. He knows how to reserve possession. He knows how to, spread possession, to take possession. He's like a tempo setter. So of course, in terms of playing out from the back, in terms of being press resistant, in terms of trying to play that ball from the back, in terms of finding his man very quickly with like 2 touches, I think Ederson is a player that can do a pretty decent job for Manchester United in the first phase. So guys, I want to talk about what Ederson is going to bring for Manchester United in the second phase. And in the second phase, we will talk about possession detection, we'll talk about tempo setting, we'll talk about long passes and how he can transform defense into attack. So in the second phase, Ederson is going to bring pressing. He's a player that knows how to press a lot, and I've said this a lot on the channel. He played under Gasparini, who likes to play in a man-to-man press. So in terms of pressing really high, winning the ball back and try to set defense into attack, Ederson is that player that is going to really help us. He has this engine. He's a real box-to-box midfielder that can be able to win the ball over large portions of the game. He has a very good recovery pace. He's a player that can be able to recover 30 to 40 years to win that ball back for United. He's a player that also knows how to use sliding tackles to make the ball off opposition players. So in the second phase, in terms of recovery pace, in terms of being very agile, being very mobile, having that engine to run about, to win the ball constantly for Manchester United. Of course, he's a ball retainer and he's a ball winner. He's somebody that constantly is going to win deals for Manchester United. So that is actually sorted. But in terms of having a player in the second phase, majority of what we want you to do in the second phase is to help us to set the tempo, is to help us to play those balls in behind. And this is something that Ederson can do so well. He's a player that I never knew that he knew how to pass very well in terms of long passes. He has a very good long passing range, and it is very, very underrated. So in terms of giving those long passes in behind, trying to split opposition defense with passes, I think he can be able to do it to an extent, but I feel most of his long passes are just usually sideways and not really penetrative passes, because there are differences between playing penetrative passes behind defenses and trying to split them, just like Bruno Fernandes, Aurelian Tchouameni, Paul Pogba, and the rest of them. I feel Ederson's long passes are usually sideways, and I would really like to see if he can be able to play those long passes in behind, probably for our forwarders. So I would like him to be able to be penetrative. I like him to be intense. I like him to be very intentional with his long passes, because most of his long passes I see is just to be flanks and just to keep the ball really simple and try to spread play. He knows how to really change the play very fastly, but I want him to use those long passes to beat opposition defenders, to try to break a low block. I don't think his long passes are the kind of long passes that we need to break low blocks, but I think his long passes are just long passes that can be used to shift the attention of the opposition defenders and try to steady the ship. But in terms of the final phase and in terms of goal scoring, I think Ederson really underperformed this season, probably because Atlanta wasn't the best also in the league and in Europe. So of course, in terms of scoring, he didn't really score this season, but I think the last 2 seasons he was really, really good in terms of scoring goals. He was really good in providing goals and assists, and I know, of course, playing in a Manchester United side that is a transitional side, of course he's going to have a lot of opportunity to go forward, to press, and probably when he has the opportunity to score, he's definitely going to score, because I know that he's a player that has an eye for goals. So overall, is this Ederson to Manchester United a good deal? Of course, it's a good deal if Manchester United ends up buying 2 more wonderful midfielders alongside Ederson. Of course, it's going to be a good deal, because of course we signed him for £39 million, and no matter what it is, if he doesn't perform for Manchester United in 2 years, we can be able to also recoup a very good amount of money from him. So in terms of the whole package being a good deal generally, of course, I know that many people have some questions because he still has 1 more year left on his contract, but I feel generally the Ederson deal is a very good deal for Manchester United. So I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section on if Ederson to Manchester United is a good deal or it is very appealing to the fan base. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Tactical Trafford. See you guys in my next video. Ciao.